Welcome back to another Mackland Motors YouTube video. Today we're going to be reviewing this 2018 G-facelift MG3 Form Sport 1.5 VTI. Is this the perfect value supermini with a driver focus? Let's find out. The MG3 is a 5-door supermini hatchback sold by MG Motor UK, who are a part of the Shanghai Automotive Industry Corporation. Models between 2013 and 2016 were produced from knockdown kits in Longbridge, and later models onward have been wholly produced in Nanjing, Shanghai, China. The MG3 arrived in the UK in 2013 as a rival to the value supermini Dacia Sandero. But is this car any good? Let's find out. There is only one engine option available on the MG3. It is a 1498, that's 1.5 litre, 4-cylinder, dual overhead cam, naturally aspirated petrol engine, producing 103 brake horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 137 Newton meters of torque. The engine is of SAIC's own design, and it is an all-new engine specifically for the MG3. You can also find this engine in some ZS 1.5 models too. I think the MG3 is a very handsome car. The chrome octagon on the front with the LED daytime running lights really stand out. The Form Sport model has 16-inch carousel style alloy wheels which have been powder coated cloth anthracite. The shoulder line is bold along the bottom of the window. This leads us round to the vertical tail lamps. Again, rare nowadays, stands out. The rear spoiler is attractive, displaying my MG Car Club stickers, and then we have the MG3 badging on the back. The rear number plate diffuser, and then the square exhaust tip, again unusual, rare, stands out. This is the rear quarter view. It's a very handsome car, I think, very bold. And then viewing the 16-inch alloy wheels again here. This is a 3 Form Sport trim level, registered in March 2018. This gives us air conditioning, digital radio, Bluetooth, telephone and music, steering wheel controls, cruise control, 4 electric windows with rear isolation switch, electrically adjustable mirrors, and start-stop technology. The cabin of the MG3 is very practical with 2 large cup holders, perfect for travel mugs, a slot forward to put a wallet or mobile phone, 12-volt charging outlet, a slot for medication or business cards, and a rear cup holder. The switch to control the passenger airbag is in the middle of the cabin. This is a little bit strange as it's usually in the glove box, however it is easy to see. So if you're carrying children in the front, in and out regularly, this might be of benefit to you. Behind this drawer is a USB charging socket that is also capable for USB music and an auxiliary music input. Both the driver and passenger get vanity mirrors in the sun visors, however there is no light available. The only light in the cabin is this forward center light, which is activated when the doors are opened or closed, and there's a manual override switch here. The level of trim above the 3 Form Sport is the 3 style, which adds automatic lights, automatic wipers and rear parking sensors. The latter, I believe, can be retrofitted to other MG3 models if that is an issue for you. The glove box is of reasonable size, which easily holds the owner manual, pack, a crushed up shopping bag, wallet and fuel receipts. Ventilation in the MG3 is very good, with 2 vents in the middle and then 2 vents on the corner of the cabin. The door handles are of good size and easy to grab. The ring design makes it easy to grab and open. We have 4 speakers in the cabin, 1 in each door. The sound system provides lots of bass and can be turned up to a high volume, perfect for those banging tunes. All but the base 3-time models get remote central locking, which locks and unlocks at the flick of a switch, and the indicators flash to let you know that there's been an operation. Up front, the MG3 is very comfortable. The sport style seats hold you in neatly with these bolsters, however they don't intrude into your space. The driver's seat is adjustable for height, and the steering wheel adjusts in height as well. Visibility forward through this large windscreen is very good. It is very easy to judge where the nose of the car is. However, these A-pillars are very large at the bottom, but that is a common trait on many new small cars. The reason for that is so that if you were to roll the car, the roof doesn't collapse in on you. Rear passenger space in the back of the MG3 is very capacious, with lots of leg and headroom. This is thanks in part to the relatively long wheelbase that this car has for its class. I can say from personal experience that the back of the MG3 is much more spacious than the current Mark 8 Fiesta, for example, and the back of the MG3 actually has more passenger room than a Rover 75, a car in which it is enormous in itself. Who'd have thought? Top marks, MG, well done. But because of the generous passenger room, does the boot suffer? Let's find out. This MG3 has a boot size of 285 litres, which is alright for the supermini class. It's not the biggest boot, however it's certainly not the smallest boot in the class. I'll put a list of competitors here for reference. We do have 60/40 split folding seats. Now that we've had a look around the exterior styling of the MG3 and an overview of some of the features it comes with, let's take it out on the road and find out what it's like to drive, shall we? Because this is an MG, I think it's best we find a B-road to take it on and see if it lives up to the reputation. Let us wind up the motor as we go on to the dual carriageway up this hill in second. 5,000 RPM into third gear at 50. Come on Morris, into fourth at 60. And then fifth gear at 70 miles per hour. Engaging the cruise control just takes 2 taps of this button, and it's very easy to do. I much prefer that to a stop down here, like you get on some models. Bubbling along at town speed, the car is very quiet and refined. It's very easy to see about you and manoeuvre. The mirrors are a really good shape and size. The short throw gearbox works really well. The hydraulic power steering is a little bit heavy around town speeds, however it is once we get onto the open B roads that it really starts to reward you. This car, because it was registered in 2018 but it's the old shape MG3, has a 5-year manufacturer warranty, which is really good. It is certainly on par with the best of the class. Of course, the class leader is 7-year warranty with the Kia and the Hyundai and the new MGs. However, 5 years is still 2 years longer than Ford and Volkswagen are offering. And I have to say that Ford and Volkswagen's new prices are much more expensive than the new price of this. So you probably just heard there, the suspension is on the firm side, but it's not uncomfortable at all. Again, the firm suspension rewards you at the high speed B roads, which is what an MG is for. Thankfully the brakes are nice and sharp, especially if your local knowledge is fading like mine and you can't remember where the junctions are. Although this might be classed as a town car, I use it on the open roads and I find it very capable, very comfortable, very suitable. The fact that it doesn't have a turbocharger isn't a huge deal to me. It does mean you do have to rev it to get performance, however I like having to drive the car and work the gearbox. A lot of motoring journalists, when they reviewed the car new, did complain that this car was slow, but I just think they don't know how to drive it really. Body roll is nice and under control, it doesn't roll, it's very planted on these bends. And again, the hydraulic power steering system provides lots of good feedback through the wheel. It lets you know what the road surface is. I've been driving a 6-speed manual car quite a lot for the last couple months, and I do find myself reaching for 6. I just find this car immense fun to drive on these sorts of roads. You don't have to be going fast at all, you're having so much fun. I truly believe that this car does make use of the MG's old philosophy of making the best of not much, and I think that's quite a British philosophy as well. He just sounds so good. Morris loves to rev, he just goes and goes and goes. My average fuel consumption over a number of trips on this vehicle with mixed driving is 38 miles to the gallon. It's not bad, it's not unaffordable. However, my mum's EcoBoost Fiesta is achieving 43 miles to the gallon, which over 3 years of ownership does mount up. However, I do drive this car like an MG. And my mum drives like a nun, so it's not a true comparison. Not having a turbocharger does affect its economy somewhat, but again, it's not ridiculously expensive to fuel. The car, when you would set you back about 11 to 12 grand, depending on trim and the options you chose. However, a 3-year-old 30,000 mile example like this one is going online for around the 5 to 6 grand mark, which is incredible value for money, considering you still have 2 years MG manufacturer warranty left. You've got a host of modern features. It's a great fun car to drive and it makes you smile on every journey. The seats are very comfortable, even on long journeys. You can carry the Pope in the back and his suitcase. The reason I chose the MG3 as my daily driver car is the dynamic enjoyment and the fact that it's a little bit different. You don't see too many of them going about. Although this is still a fairly niche car, spare parts are relatively easy to come by. It's a simple car to service, there's nothing complicated on it. So don't be put off by the fact that you might not see too many of them about. MG sales are growing and growing each month, where every other manufacturer, bar Tesla, sales are decreasing. This formula and philosophy is working for MG UK. Because this is a post 2016 car, it has stop start, which I've just demonstrated. There is a button to override it if you wish, however it's on by default. Just tootling around the village of Contour. It's very quiet, very refined, easy to see out of, easy to place on the road. I actually think the heavier steering at low speeds is helpful, because other cars I've driven with light steering, I find them to be too sensitive, so even a little movement around town makes the car swerve about. Let's have one less rev uphill. Although the C-pillars on the MG3 are fairly large, again this seems to be a common issue in cars nowadays, the rear windscreen is of a good size, it is nice and square, and it is the back of the car. These mirrors again are of good size and are electrically adjustable from the armrest. The MG3 is a doddle to park. The heavy steering isn't an issue at all, as it is quick to spin around, and the alright visibility and mirrors does help. I've had no issues parking it in car parks, driveways, through gates. I've had no issues parking it at all. The top of the range style model does have rear parking sensors, and I believe they can be retrofitted afterwards as well, if that is an issue for you. Thanks for watching this Mackland Motors YouTube video on the review of my MG3. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more content coming soon.